Hi guys, thank you for tuning into my YouTube channel. For those of you who are here for the first time, my name is Catherine and I tell true stories. My story today is about the Western people of Kenya and their belief in a raccoon. A raccoon is a small animal that belongs to the group of bears, imagine, but it's very small and it has a long tail. It's a furry animal. It eats anything. And to mark its territories, it poos around the area. So people believe that this animal brings luck to you. It brings money to your community or to your family. So a guy lives in a house for 5 years without paying rent because he believed that he owned a raccoon and nobody can remove him because this animal brings luck. So this is what happened. A 4-bedroom big house occupied for 5 good years without rent being paid. The guy messed up the house, had rats all over inside the ceiling. He had put portraits on the walls with the use of ugali. You know, ugali is a staple food in Africa made out of corn flour. So it's kind of sticky. So to put up displays on his wall, he used ugali as the stickers. Food, yes, but he used it. It's like putting chewing gum to hold posters on your wall. The walls were all messy. Well, that's the situation that it was when the owner finally got it back. And this is how he got it back. The owner is a very patient person, and so will ask this guy to pay his rent, but he wouldn't. And the guy noticed, the tenant, he noticed that, hey, my landlord is a very polite person. And he took advantage of that because he realized this guy is a bit merciful and maybe he had pity on him. So he would look for excuses like he has school fees to pay. Who doesn't have? This is business. He needs to pay rent. Well, but the landlord was kind of merciful, so he took advantage of it, but this was beyond. It was like the landlord was now sacrificing for this guy, suffering on his side, and the guy's eating the rent. So the sons of the landlord said, no, this cannot happen. Cannot happen. This guy needs to pay rent. And so they had to look for a way to remove him. And the guy had already run to the courts and put the case there so that it takes longer. He buys time because once the issue is in the court, there should be no interference, and he will buy time. He's not paying. The issue is in the court, so he will not be touched. But the sons of the landlord told him, no, this cannot happen. Forget about the court cases here. Forget about the courts here. This guy has taken 5 good years and he has not paid rent. He's just enjoying a big 4-bedroom house with a big lobby and he's not paying rent. To make the matter worse, he's messed up the whole house. Looks like a store. Even a store does not need to look that bad, but this one looked kind of a neglected place. And so what they decided to do is one day they just walked in and took over the lobby. And they told the guy, by today you should have left the other part of the house that we've left for you, but we are taking over the lobby. And they locked the doors that direct to that come to the lobby and stuck there. And they left for him the kitchen door so that he can walk through and go to the other part of the house, of the rooms, the bedrooms. Well, part of his furniture was locked in the lobby, and some of the foods were kept in the lobby because it was all a maze. It looked like a store, the whole house. So the owner sat there hoping that it was like a strike. I'm not going to move out of here unless you move out or you pay the rent. Well, of course, he wasn't going to sit there the whole night. So he changed with one of his relatives who was actually a security guard. So he had no issue staying overnight. So when the night came, he was sitting there, and suddenly, through one of the broken glasses that these guys had neglected to repair, came an animal. He was so shocked to see something walk in so comfortably like it lives here. It actually looked at him like a stranger and went and took a cupboard behind him. And he was like, what the hell was that? But wait a minute. During the day, when the landlord was sitting there, one of the ladies who lives there came and asked him mercifully, can you please let me take something for the baby behind there because the baby has not eaten? Well, he told him, okay, take and leave. She went behind and she did not actually take something. She did something there and left. Well, it came to be known that what she was doing is she was keeping food for their protector, for their money creator, that is the raccoon, the one that made them live there for 5 years without paying rent. So the security guard was like, wait a minute, what was that? It was a raccoon. He was so perturbed and was like, this thing looks so comfortable in here. But came morning, he kicked it out and informed all the people around that there's an animal that lives here and it's what the hell is this animal? It's not a cat, it's not a dog. So what the hell is it doing in the house? And it's not a stray chicken that has just walked into the house by mistake. So all the guys around heard that it's a raccoon. And it's in their belief that raccoons bring luck. And no wonder this guy has stuck here for 5 good years without paying rent. They want a part of this raccoon. And the people jumped on the raccoon, landed on it with machetes, dividing it. They're not going to eat it. They're going to keep a part of it for their luck. So that's how the raccoon was killed finally. And when these guys realized that the raccoon had been killed actually, they had no choice but to run out of the house that they had not paid for rent for 5 years because they knew that their luck is over. It was in their head that it's actually the raccoon that was protecting them from being sent out of this place because they were saving money by not paying rent at the cost of somebody. You can see how this stupidity of funny beliefs goes on around here. And the guys who are dividing the raccoon into pieces, I take the tail, I take the foot, I take the head, How are they going to store it? Was he going to keep it in their refrigerators or what? Pieces of a raccoon believing that it's going to bring luck. It's like these people who keep crystals believing that it brings luck. I don't know, pink brings you love, green brings you money, things like that. Same with the raccoon thing. So if you like my content, like, share, and subscribe. Now the house was renovated, it's clean, and the Lord was found there with this raccoon keeper. Now he's living somewhere in a hut with his daughter who has studied law, threatening to report the landlord for chasing them out. We are still waiting to see what will happen for not paying rent for 5 good years and threatening the landlord for chasing them out. See you in my next video. Like, share, and subscribe. Ciao.